All right, everyone, welcome to the midweek market wrap up with myself, Michael Nauss, chartered market technician from statsedtrading.com. As always, or as normally on Wednesday, we're going to sit down, we're going to talk about what the market has done so far, try to figure out what's going to happen going into the end of the week, where we do a weekend market wrap up video and kind of talk about on a broader term idea what happened this weekend. This is kind of quick hit to keep you going until then. As always, make sure you're going to statsedgetrading.com. I have a free trading course there you can do, again, absolutely for free, and sign up for the email list to make sure I can email these videos and everything else I got on the go directly. Now, without further ado, we're going to pop into some charts here. Fancy new green screen. You see that? It's pretty cool for nerds like me, but we're here talking about Bitcoin, and we're looking at Bitcoin right away. Still short. I mentioned around this 45,000 area that I was getting short, and why. The whole sell the news on the ETF front. Been pushing down for a while, could be getting a little bit overextended at this point. I've been taking a little bit off as things have been going, but I'm watching this area right here. So call it like 39,000, 40,000. This zone where we broke out of in this area right here. If we end up struggling at this zone and pushing too much higher, I'll probably get out of my position and see if I can reload at a later date to the short side. I do think this is going to be a blow off top for a while, but it's Bitcoin, so there's no reason why we couldn't sell off and then bounce dramatically and sell off, right? That's a very volatile instrument. So when I get a move like this, it's pretty decisive in one direction. I don't want to look that gift horse too far in the mouth. Now, I mentioned this Ethereum relative strength for a long time. I was looking to get involved a little bit if we broke this downtrend line. Thankfully, never happened. So the little bit of Ethereum I had, I did get stopped out on this day right here as we broke down there. Now we got to look at this support. If we're going to hold this support zone down here and start to bounce, that might be a little play for Ethereum. Still relatively outperforming on Ethereum, but not really hugely anymore the way I would like. Now, taking a look at the dollar index, a lot of bottoming tails I noticed right here. And for stocks to go higher, I do think that we need to see a rollover and a push lower in the dollar index. But as a candlestick guy, as you know, bottoming tail here, bottoming tail then again today. Looks like this may be turning into a bull flag, so I'm watching this closely because if this breaks higher, I think that's going to be bearish for stocks. And speaking about stocks, this is one thing I wanted to point out in the S&P 500. Made new high today. However, we sold off a little bit from that new high to close the gap. We ended up pretty much flat on the day. But that's not really bullish action. So continuation tomorrow, I think we could finally be seeing a rest after this massive move we had higher. Add to that, I have the RSI here, and we're seeing a negative RSI divergence. So for anyone who doesn't know what a negative RSI divergence is, essentially means that momentum is not as strong on this rally as it was on this rally. So there's less momentum going on right here than was going on right here. Now, if you notice, you can see kind of the same thing that happened in this area. Doesn't mean we have to get a dramatic sell-off like this, but it can signal short-term tops at least. So it might be time to back off the market a little bit. I locked in some profits today at the close when that gap failed. I am still going to look for some things, and we'll talk about that later. But until I see some resolution, ideally, we can pull back. We can pull all the way back to this breakout and still be healthy. And if we back and fill here for a while and then push higher, that's just bullish action. It's very, very strong. But this RSI divergence got me a little bit worried. Not enough that I'm shorting anything, but more that I am interested in maybe buying the dollar if it breaks out as a little bit of a hedge and taking some off the table. So I hope this was helpful in your trading. If it was, hit the like and reshare and all that stuff that social media dudes like me ask you to do. Go sign up for the email list at statsedgetrading.com, and I will see you guys tomorrow.